Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and unfortunately it looks like it's going to be partially a crappy weekend. It looks like Saturday is going to be a complete washout, heavy winds, so I don't recommend going fishing on Saturday because they're calling for some strong storms and some gusty winds. So if you're going to fish, Sunday's going to be the better day to fish. It's going to be overcast, but with the front coming through and the wind's laying down a little bit, you can definitely fish inside the bay. And I've heard the bite inside the bay has been pretty good for snapper, for sheepshead. Some people were telling me about some big trout they got into. So there's definitely fish to be caught, and there are places you can get out of the wind. So if you don't want to be stuck with cabin fever this weekend, I would highly recommend fishing on Sunday instead of Saturday. The offshore bite I know has been pretty good. The hogfish have been good. The gag grouper have been extremely good. We went out on Monday, and I still haven't done the video, but we literally got to the spot, and I told you about the rock shrimp, and my first bait down, I just took a little piece of the rock shrimp, cut it off, put it on there. My first bait down was bam, keeper hogfish. Second bait down was a gag that I couldn't even stop, and we're talking minuscule pieces. And I'm also working on a video talking about using micro shrimp. And what I mean by that is a very, very small shrimp to where you can barely get it on the hook. And we've been catching hogfish, we've been catching gag grouper, we've been catching red grouper and snapper and all kinds of stuff. So it's been pretty crazy using that little bit of a shrimp that we're catching fish on. I accidentally erased my 360 footage from that particular video, so I'm having to rework some things and do some things a little bit differently. So I'm hoping to get those videos out the first part of next week. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners for this weekend and talk about what we have in store. For Saturday, we have a negative 0.2 at 3:38 a.m. and then we have a long incoming tide until 8:20 p.m. at a 1.8 foot. Then on Sunday, we have a negative low tide at 4:33 a.m. at a negative 0.4 foot. Then we have a high tide at 9 p.m. at a 2.0 foot. For the schooners on Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 7:03 to 9:03 a.m. And then we have a minor feeding time from 1:06 p.m. to 2:06 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a major feeding time from 7:53 a.m. to 9:53 a.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 1:45 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. So again, like I said about the weather on Saturday, I would probably highly recommend not going fishing because it's going to be miserable. But if you are a diehard, then good luck to you, but be safe. Don't put yourself in a position that you don't want to be in because that weather is going to get pretty nasty. Sunday will be the better of the 2 days. Offshore is probably a no-go for most everybody. I know we're not going to fish simply because it's still going to be in the 3-foot range, and that's just not fun. I mean, I know the fish are going to eat, but we're diehards, but we're not that bad of a diehard. So if you are going to go off, please be careful. Please be in a boat that can handle those kind of seas. But definitely if you're going to fish, I would fish inside the bay. There's plenty of stuff going on there. I just, again, want to say thank you to everybody that's come by the shop, bought bait from us, supported us. We really, really appreciate it. We're growing each and every day. More and more people are coming in. And I talked to somebody recently about rock shrimp, and he was saying, well, some of the people that I've talked to haven't really caught anything on them. And I'm like, but if you're not in the right spot, you're not going to catch the right fish. So Jiggy and I went out last week and caught bait for the shop, and then we fished for a little bit, and we used rock shrimp inside the bay, and we were catching red grouper, we were catching gag grouper. We didn't catch any snapper, but we really weren't fishing in areas where the snapper would be because I was trying to target some red grouper. So it worked inside the bay. I want to go and fish for sheepshead with them. You don't want to use the whole ones. You want to cut them up, and that's the same thing offshore. You want to cut those rock shrimp up. And don't dismiss the micro shrimp. I'm telling you right now, it makes a huge difference. We've caught plenty of fish on the micro shrimp, and they work very, very well. We will be open this weekend from 5:30 to 5 p.m. Saturday probably close earlier than that simply because of the weather. Sunday, but we'll be open 5:30 to 5. We're open 7 days a week, so if you want, you can either call in and order your bait. You can order your bait online and come in and get it. So you're already paid for, so we'll already have it separated and ready for you. You just come in, pick it up, and go. You're ready to go. Or you can come in and just get your bait right when you get here. So again, thank you so much for, first of all, watching the channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the support for the jigs, bait, everything. Can't say that enough. Thank you. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.